Okay, welcome back into Tunes Brothers. I am Rob. That is Scott. My voice cuts out here and there. I'm battling some crap, so I'm going to turn it over right away to Scott to let him announce what we got going tonight.
Okay, dudes. All you freaking rabid AC/DC fans out there that praise this album. This is what you would call I don't know. To me, it never was, but I guess to most of the popular radio and AC/DC fans was I guess, comeback album for AC/DC. I didn't find anything wrong with a few before that, but you know how things go. So, a damn good album. I tell you, it's the Razor's Edge, man. It is a freaking. I didn't dive into this thing in a long time, man. As a matter of fact, this is a copy. This is the same copy of the CD. This is one of the first CDs I ever got when discs started coming out. I've still got this thing.
Wow.
Yeah. I heard your boy talking about Columbia House. See, I got all mine through BMG.
Yep.
So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna rank these songs, man, on the Razor's Edge. And I'm gonna say before I get started, because I can't speak for Rob, there's two songs on here that I really do not care for. I don't hate them, but they're definitely not my go-to AC/DC songs. But the rest of this album, I fucking love. And it's, let me get my, right here. Come on now. There we go. There is 12 tracks on this album. And it is a damn good one. I will give them that. It is good. Yeah. All right, Rob, anything to take on this? I know you said you had heard a couple of songs off of this album, maybe.
Well, I think you had to live in another country or on another planet to not have heard Thunderstruck and Money Talks.
Yeah.
Those I have, of course. I know backwards and forwards. Those are songs, not to spoil the list, and I'm not going to, but songs I always liked.
Yeah.
Songs I always put up there as, if I would have had an AC/DC playlist, they would have been on there. Back in Black would have been a Highway to Hell, the usual suspects.
Yeah.
I had also heard Razor's Edge and Are You Ready, although in limited play, not enough to sing along really, and it was almost like hearing them for the first time till the choruses kicked in for me this time around. Three songs top, and just for fun, and Scott doesn't have to do this. I want to do this just kind of as a tribute to Scott after putting me through this AC/DC school. I'm going to do my top 10 AC/DC songs just to, what I'm going to do is, because I'll always remember this, I'm going to do a list of the AC/DC songs I've known backwards and forwards from a lifetime of hearing versus my now top 10 AC/DC songs, just to let him know what has changed for me because of this endeavor. But yeah, without further ado, I'll let's see if you go. Yeah, I'll go first so Scott can do the number one.
That's
first.
Fine. Let me ask you one thing before you.
No. That's backwards. You start it so you can finish it, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll start it. Now, don't say where you got it or if you like it or not, but had you not ever heard Mistress for Christmas? Had you not ever heard that one?
I had never heard that before in my life.
All right. I was just curious. I didn't know. All right, guys. Okay. Let's roll it up. My number 12, and it's a song that I really don't go to. It's kind of off the radar on this album. Actually, these bottom two songs to me just don't fit the album. Number 12 rock your heart out. The chorus I do not like on this, and that's very rare for AC/DC for me to not like a chorus of theirs. But this one I do not like at all. And it's a very to me, it's just a filler. It's a filler track to me. So that's my number 12.
Okay. My number 12, funny you just mentioned it, is Mistress for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, man, this
Damn,
chorus.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Oh man.
Okay.
But go ahead.
There are layers to this for me. Number one, it sounds very childish, the chorus. I mean, it's like what can we rhyme with Christmas or what can we rhyme with mistress? And this is what they came up with. It just seemed really beginner songwriter. The second thing is there are very few things I hold near and dear. And although my family's never been big at celebrating much of anything, Christmas is something you don't fuck with for me. If you want to metal it up, like a lot of metal, there's been a lot of metal Christmas albums. I'm fine with that. That just comes down to interpretation. But if she wasn't already dead, I'd want to choke the fucking life out of Marilyn Monroe for trying to sex up Santa Claus with that Santa Baby song. And same here. It's sexualizing Christmas, and I'm not a fuddy-duddy. It's just Christmas means a lot to me just because of family, overall message, and everything. And so it immediately rubs me the wrong way when you're trying to sexualize, to me, the ultimate family holiday.
Yeah.
But I'm not that big a fuddy-duddy where I still wouldn't have liked it had it been a good song. I just don't like the song. Okay. It just happens to also, rub me wrong with the Christmas and the childish rhyming for that chorus. It's just, they could have made their point here and come up with a different rhyming scheme, and maybe that would have changed the chorus and the overall feel for me. But just when you combine everything that rubbed me the wrong way, I can't stand it.
Okay. Touchy. No, it's not meant to really be took that way, though. They're not.
No, I know. But immediately when I saw the title, I was hearing that fucking Marilyn Monroe, Santa Baby. And every time that comes on the fucking radio, I immediately want to hunt down every one of her relatives, every songwriter, everybody who was involved with the production of it, and assassinate every one of them. That to me is the most disgraceful fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
I've never seen
that. To me, that'd be like sexualizing Jesus Christ or something.
No.
There's certain things you just don't fucking do with me. And again, I would have gotten past it. It just sounds so cheesy. Mistress for Christmas. I mean, it just, if Paul Stanley or Gene Simmons would have done this, they'd have been lambasted and made fun of for 50 fucking years. But because it's AC/DC, who in most metal fans' ears can't do anything wrong, nobody says nothing, because I'd never heard the song before.
Okay. Well, it wasn't I don't even think it was a single or anything. I just, it's different on the album, and maybe this thing came out around Christmas time, because I really can't remember exactly when it came out. That may have been something to it.
You would think it would have to, otherwise why even bother?
Exactly. Exactly, man. I mean, I agree, and plus, if you don't like the song, you just don't like the song. It don't make a damn what it's about.
Yeah, like I said, all of my petty stuff aside, and I can be petty, I'm the first to admit it. But it's just not a good song to me, and the title itself is just corny and cheesy. But whatever.
Gotcha. All right, number 11 for me, a song that definitely does not fit. I don't know what the hell that is at the beginning of it. Is it a damn organ or something, or If You Dare? It's just. That song never grabbed me. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's probably their guitars, but it sounds like a freaking organ or something, man. AC/DC never used a fucking organ or a piano that I know of or anything like that. But that's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, it may be guitars making them sound that way. And If You Dare is just another song. Look, if they would have made a 10-song CD out of this, I would have literally called this a masterpiece. That's me.
It seems like every band that I've ever seen, and maybe there's an exception I'm not thinking of, once you get past that 10, maybe 11 track, it seems like, why did you do that? You could have easily shaved these three. And I've always been one as a kid who wanted more and more. So the more songs would hot the shake them on. I'm like, oh, look at all these tracks. And when I was done, I was like, man, you should have just, threw a few of those on the floor and moved on.
Refined them, put them out later, man. Perfected
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
But If You Dare, if you the chorus, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is 1990, bro. This is getting ready to, grunge really hadn't set in yet. See, a lot of people don't realize that. It's still hard rock time, bro. And I'm not, there's nothing grunge about this album. I'm just saying, I don't know. Don't know. I think they made their biggest hits on here, and put fillers on. And like you said, why 12? You got me.
I'm glad to hear you say that because that was my overall take. Although I do like some of the fillers, to me, I was like, they shot their load on 2 or 3 songs on here and then kind of fell in line with what most other bands were doing by 1989, 1990, and giving you 2 or 3 great songs. And then the rest is just like, well, we got to put something on. Let's write something real quick.
And don't get me wrong. That's the last song that I add on here. The rest of them, I freaking love. Yeah, I don't just like, I love the rest of them. So those 2, I'm done with the A on mine. So your number 11 coming up.
My number 11. We have hit If You Dare. I don't know if that's an oboe or an organ or an effect or whatever. You're right. This does not even sound like an AC/DC song.
No.
And again, I've only got one more song on here that I would just think, what the hell were you thinking? But I can't add anything more than Scott did. This is just, I don't want to say an embarrassment, but it's definitely not a good reflection on the band.
No, I don't like it either. Now, I will say this before I start climbing the list on all the rest of the ones that I do love, and I do love the rest of them. So, guys, some of these songs that everybody loves is not going to be where they think they're going to be for me. Now, you could say overplay, whatever, yeah, but they're great songs. I'm not saying anything bad about them because I love the top 10 for me on here is absolutely flawless in my eyes. But there's going to be some things up top for me that you're not going to expect. So, number 10, and I love this song. It was really tough. These 10 for me was really fucking tough. I mean, harder than I thought it was. Fire You Guns, baby. We got that freaking beat going. Fire Your Guns. And got Brian stinging his ass off, man. Little repetitive, but not bad enough to where I'm like, and throw it in the bad. To me, the bad part where I've already been. But Fire You Guns, to me, not a bad song. Not my favorite song on here, but definitely not a bad song. So.
Okay. Number 10, Goodbye and Good Riddance to Bad Luck. This is the last of the songs that I just don't like. Starting with the sentence of a title. But
I knew you was gonna like that one.
Oh no.
Blues.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, never mind. Yeah, I got you.
I got here. This, I think this album, much like Back in Black, much like Highway to Hell, falls trap to that for somebody who's an outsider
Yeah.
who only knows what was released, and what was released were big hits, and is not a diehard fan of the band. It's going to be very hard for everything not to come up as a disappointment next to those songs you already know and love. And I try to weigh that all in, and like you said, and I do it with Kiss. Well, what you think is number one, or the top may not be. That's usually the way I am too, because usually I love other songs more than the releases, but that's coming from someone who buys the album at the same time everybody else does and falls in love with not only what they released, but in the meantime, before the second release, I'm learning, hey, I love this song. I love this song.
Yeah.
But when you're removed this far and you know two songs so well, everything, intentionally or not, at least for me, is measured against those two or three songs. This one, just out of the 1 through 4, I really like. So 5 to 10, it's just, it falls in that I just don't care for it. It's not as terrible as If You Dare or Mistress, but it's getting closer to that. It's a decent song.
Yeah.
It's just not something I want to
It may
hear.
take a little more time, may hit you different.
Yeah. I mean, I keep in mind, people, I've listened to this album twice, so
I know, that's amazing for this album. Not
Yeah.
I'm not saying all the AC/DC albums. Yeah. So
no.
Yeah.
Number 9 to you.
Oh, okay. Which one was your number 10?
Goodbye, Good Riddance,
Oh, yeah.
To Bad Luck.
I got you, man. Got you. I never forgot. All right. All right, number 9, a release. This is one of the top songs that they released on the album, and I love the song, guys. So it's Give Me That Money, Baby. Money Talks.
Wow.
Yeah, great riff, man. Like I said, dude, I've been this song and the other one, you know what I'm talking about. I have just, it has been in my brain for 30 years, man. I mean, and I love them. They don't get old. They're not old. I'm not saying anything like that. And I love them. Like I said, 10 Up is on my playlist. I mean, I didn't realize this album was that good. That's how long it's been since I revisited this album entire. And I've heard you say before in the past, man, that you really like this song. And hey, I do too. But it's just not my favorite song at this point in time on this album.
Okay.
But I do love it. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about it. I don't even, I've said something about the other three, but from here up, not really much on Fire Your Guns, just a little repetitive. But from here up, man, I don't know what the fuck kind of input I'm going to be able to give. So, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Number 9, and I have a question going into this. I didn't, and I was too lazy to go back and research our past videos. And like an idiot, I haven't been keeping my album lists that we've done as far as track listing for each album.
Mm-hmm.
Got You by the Balls, and wasn't this on another one of their albums?
No. What?
There was another one other than Big Balls. There was something else.
Oh, let me think.
As soon as I heard the title before the song even started, I'm like, wait a minute, we've done this before.
No, they might have a song with Ball Breaker or something in it. But this is definitely a whole different song, man. And I'm gonna tell you, and I told you and Lewis, I mean, you and Dan, oh man, hey, yeah. But anyway, when I was telling y'all, because when he come up with that, he's got 3 freaking AC/DC albums with the same stuff on it. That's why the hell I was wanting to know. AC/DC's not one of those greatest hit bands, dude. They do not re-release stuff on compilations to cash in. And so they might, when they finally fold, I'm sure they will, or the company will, or something. But you're very rarely going to find the same song of AC/DC on another album, with the exception of Who Made Who.
I never heard that either, and it was so long ago. We're talking early teens that he probably is misremembering what the angle I thought he was going to take with it, because we've had this discussion just hanging out as buds in our youth that, you know, you've heard one AC/DC song, you've heard them all. So if you've heard Back in Black and another one comes on, you're like, what's Back? And that's all they do is Back in Black type stuff.
Yeah.
That I could understand.
Yeah.
But I, having never owned an AC/DC album in my life, I could never speak to that, but it sounded weird to me when you don't have greatest hits in there, how that would be possible. But anyway, got you. What's that?
You did bring up a good thing, a good comment about that, though, because I wasn't thinking about that, and you're probably right. It was probably on one of those compilation albums. It's got different bands on it, dude. And they're on plenty of
and those things came out fucking daily.
Yeah.
I used to buy them, you know, 8, 9, 10 years old. Yeah, because you'd get a Rick Springfield, a Pat Benatar, a Twisted Sister. I mean, it would just throw a bunch of shit in together.
Yeah.
It was a good way to get yourself, you know, because before MTV really, really became huge, the radio was it, and you were pretty much subject to, other than Casey Kasem's Top 40, right? And then it was mostly Madonna, you know, Michael Jackson stuff. You were really at the mercy of your local DJs. That's right, folks. There used to be DJs, not digitally programmed voices and lists that come out of a state halfway across the country.
Yeah.
So what they like, you fucking heard. And yeah, so those I love that K-Tel stuff and all these different
I do too.
guitar. I love that stuff. But anyway, Got You by the Balls, decent song. Like I said, a little weak on the chorus. Not weak. I would just think something like Got You by the Balls would be a little bigger, more anthematic type song, a little heavier. But again, this is hindsight for me. Had I heard this album when it came out, maybe I feel differently. But now, having gone through probably half of their discography in the last 2 to 3 weeks or whatever it's been, I've got no AC/DC at their best. So it would be like if you'd never heard Kiss in 50 years before, except like Rock and Roll Night, I Was Made for Love You, in Detroit Rock City. And then I throw all these albums like Asylum and stuff, but you're like, that sucks, because you didn't experience it real time. You only have reference to the best. So again, a lot of these songs, if I'd given a month to just play it sporadically here and there while I'm out doing shit, drive around, whatever, maybe these songs hit me a little better. I don't know. But again, it's not bad. It's just, that's where it falls for me.
Gotcha. Now, we've pretty much damn near wiped out AC/DC, you know. They don't
really. They don't have like what, 22 albums?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 more albums of theirs left. And now, if I add Who Made Who to the list, we'll have 6.
You're not adding Who Made Who to the list?
You know,
well, it's a greatest hit, isn't it?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, then let me just say that you're not going to put it in there, though, right?
No.
Okay. Well, then let me just say this right now.
Whoa. I can put it in there.
You can?
Yeah, I'll gladly do it. I love the damn album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
we can rank our songs.
This to me would be like, this to me, from my understanding, is while there are previously released tracks, there's new tracks.
Yeah.
Who Made Who being one of them.
Yes.
Kind of like, then that would be like Killers and fucking Smashes.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Then I'll wait.
I'll add it. So that'll give us 6 more, and we'll be done with their catalog. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have quite as many as Kiss does.
Yeah. Well.
Thunderstruck is my number 8. Is that 8? Is that what we're on?
Yeah, because I just did number 9, so yeah.
Number 8, and like I said, guys, the phenomenal. It's a fucking staple in every damn show.
Let me ask you this for my own clarification then.
Yeah.
Because I more than anybody, with Kiss being my band, understand overplay, especially when the media is involved or radio stations and whatever adding to it, let alone your own personal abuse of overplay.
Yeah.
Are the songs above this, do you think, better songs to you, or is it just a product, Money Talks and Thunderstruck falling this far, of overplay?
I think that Thunderstruck is definitely one of the best songs on here. I'm not going to freaking lie and say it's not. But to me, Money Talks kind of falls in the same category with the songs that I'm about to reveal. It's just
Okay.
some of these songs grab me totally freaking different, man, as times went on. And like I said, I've ignored songs, you know, just albums. When you got playlists, man, like I said, we got flash drives, you got your phones and stuff nowadays. You put your favorite stuff on there and it stays on there for a while. I don't hardly do any rotating with it until here lately since we've been doing all this. So I've been adding a lot and, kind of taking some stuff out too. So,
Well,
but
and maybe we would be better off like most people who, instead of making playlists, say, "Oh, I want to listen to this album today or this album," but that's just never appealed to me because they're not new, right? You've heard them, so okay, yeah, I don't mind these, but I really like these, so let me just put these on, and that makes more common sense to me as far as what you want to be your listening experience for the day.
yeah,
But maybe some of these songs would have not been so overlooked even by us, whether it's Kiss, AC/DC, or whoever, had we forced ourselves every time we wanted to hear Back in Black, listen to the whole fucking album.
yeah,
I don't see how people can do that on the regular, but I don't know.
it's tough sometimes, man. But like I said, when you stay busy, you know, and you're trying to, me, I get bored easy. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to the gym. I'll be outside working, cutting grass. Anything needs to be done, and I get bored. I'm done. I'm not to sit in front of the TV guy, man. I'll lose my mind. I'll be in a straitjacket type person. I'm ADD all to hell anyway, insomniac. So yeah, I'm a fucking wreck. Um, but no, all these songs here, man, could be anywhere from probably 9 up on my thing. They could be anywhere at any time on this album. And what got me about listening to this again, I didn't realize they were 12 tracks on this album. And another thing, I didn't realize that there was that many good songs on this damn thing. I only remembered Money Talks, Thunderstruck, and about 3 or 4 that I really loved. I didn't know, man. Like I said, it'd been a while since I listened to these things entirety, dude. I hadn't listened to whole albums or whole CDs front to back in a long time, dude, until we started doing this. So they weren't new. They did touch a nerve when I heard them again. Yeah, you know this song, but damn, this song's way fucking better than what I thought it was, or I just didn't give it the time. I didn't pay attention to it. That's why my lists are like they are, and of course, yours is going to be like yours is going to be on stuff that you actually know and have been familiar
Yeah.
with for a long time. But no, I'm not saying by any means, Money Talks and Up to number 1 could be anywhere on this list at me for any time. That's how much I think of the songs. So,
Okay.
yeah. But Thunderstruck is a staple. Ever since they put this out, they've not went one show without playing it. So,
Yeah. I was gonna say if Back in Black never existed, it would be Thunderstruck. In my opinion, from is the amount of coverage it gets and the amount of referencing. I mean, it's beginning of sports teams when they come out. It's
dude,
every.
dude,
I mean, like I said, if Back in Black was never a thing, Thunderstruck would be AC/DC's Back in Black. It just
yes.
would.
And don't get me wrong, this song has reached far and wide, brother, everywhere on this fucking planet for the last 30
Yeah.
years or so. 34 years now. So
Yeah.
it has really made an impact. Yep.
Okay. My number 8, Rock Your Heart Out, I believe you touched on already.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chorus just is lacking in this thing. But I don't think it's a terrible song. I think I like it a little bit more than you do, but a lot of these songs seem like they're just they could be reimagined or reworked, not completely thrown away. For my taste. Far be it for me to argue with, the Young Brothers or whoever. But I'm just saying, for my personal taste, a lot of these songs, there's something there. It just needs to be rearranged or something. And this is one of those songs, a decent enough song. It just, the chorus leaves me thinking, you could have done something different there.
And to touch back on that, the chorus is what drags it down for me. The beat and it's got a damn good beat and a good rhythm, man. But the chorus just pollutes it for me.
See, and for my ears, the chorus is arguably the most important part of the song.
Yeah, man.
That's what people sing along to. That's what people remember. You can save a song with shit verses.
Oh yeah.
By having a big catchy, chorus. If you got cool verses and then you just go into, oh, what the hell's this now? I mean, it's a letdown, at least for me.
Be surprised at how many great songs that I do love, parts of, verses and all that shit, and the chorus will just kill it. Yeah. So, number 7.
Yeah.
Okay, you've done touched on this one already, and I love it for what it is. I love it, man. Yeah. I'd love to get up on Christmas morning and walk in there and the mistress jump out of my freaking stocking, bro. I mean, damn, man. Oh, I love the song. I just love it because it's a gag song, pretty much. It's a, hey, we got a sense of humor too type song, yeah, man, we can be, we're not serious all the damn time, but here you go, man. If you like it, whatever, it's not meant to be took, in a bad way and stuff like that. But Mistress for Christmas, man, I've always liked it. It's not my favorite, of course, on the album. It's number 7, but I love the lyrics. Yeah, man.
And I can see that. I can see that. Like I said,
if I wasn't,
I didn't mean to come across overly sensitive on the topic of Christmas. That was piling on. That was one of my pet peeves, piling on what I thought was a cheesily written, titled, and just subpar song.
Cheesy as hell. Yeah, man. I'll take a lot of cheese.
And who am I to fucking call anybody cheesy? I'm a Kiss fan. But when you add it all up, it just didn't work for me.
Right.
All right, number 7 for me is "Shot of Love." This one I'm actually drawing a fucking blank on right now. Like, I needed to go through this. I should have listened to this a third time, but I've been so fucking sick and sleeping so much over the last 48 hours. It went number 7, and honestly, I can't tell you anything about it right now. I've already forgot it, and a lot of that's a product of heavily medicating with goddamn sleep aids and everything else.
Can you hear that?
Yes, yeah, I can hear it.
Shot of Love.
Okay, yeah, okay. So this is one of those that had that really cool AC/DC, rip your face up type beats.
Yeah.
I think this is another one that just didn't have a terrible chorus. It just was one of those songs that was just one of those really, really good fillers.
We'll take a double shot of ecstasy. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. Okay. Fun time's over with. All right. My next one, it used to be my number 1. It used to be my number 1 the last time I actually went through this album. It's still on my playlist to this day. And it never did gain any traction, and they never released it as a single that I know of. And why, I don't know. Maybe the other ones went so big they didn't have to. That has a lot to do with singles sometimes. It is a freaking, probably the most darkest song on here, The Razor's Edge, the self-titled, dude. And
so that was never a fucking single.
Not that I know of.
How the hell did I hear that so much? You know what I think it is? I think a lot, especially like AC/DC, big time, Led Zeppelin, a lot of these bands shit back in the 80s and even into the 90s. Back in the old days when you were at a rock concert, and I don't see this happen very much anymore. You always knew when it was showtime besides the lights, but before the lights even went off, because they'd play whatever genre you're there to see, they'd play music.
Yeah.
And the music was always, at a certain level so you could still talk and bullshit. And then that one song before they were going to drop the lights just got a little louder. And I think I've heard Razor's Edge standing waiting for other bands playing, on the shuffle while people are setting the stage up and stuff.
Yeah.
I knew it. I mean, not by heart, but I knew it well enough that I'm surprised to hear it wasn't a single. Then it had to be something like that, because even though I had friends with different tastes, Metallica and stuff, nobody was a huge AC/DC fan. So I don't know how I would have heard it that much then.
The change ups in this fucking song, I love, dude. God dang, AC/DC is so sneaky with change ups, man. You never know you're changed up unless you're paying attention, dude. And this song here, man, they can pull that shit on you, man, just like that. Bam, you're hit before you know it. I love this song. I guess I can say from here up, man, I really, really love. So, yeah, man, Razor's Edge, a fucking terrific song. A heavy, not the fastest song, but probably the deepest, darkest.
But some speed. See, and that's something I've always said over the years. Heavy doesn't mean fast.
No.
Some of the heaviest songs that I've ever heard are mid-tempo and maybe a little lower. Balls to the Wall. That is not a fast song. The Hellion. I mean, some of these songs, it is the methodical plodding with the power chords that make it heavy, I guess, for me.
And that's my favorite. I do like speed on some songs because they're built for that. But when it comes to just the melodic freaking crack your ribs, man, damn simple, just boom, boom. And it works for me. So, yeah. Man. And that was 6, right?
Yep, 6, yeah.
Number 6 for me. I love it. Razor's Edge, man.
Okay, number 6 for me. I think you've touched on this. Fire Your Guns.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, this chorus I really like. The song itself is a good song. Again, it's just not the top 4 on here for me are something that should have been and apparently weren't all of them singles, but could have been. These 3 here now, 5, 6, and 7 are just songs that are pretty decent. But just don't have that something special, and that's where Fire Your Guns is for me at number 6.
You're still hanging on to 2 of mine. So, yeah, I'm going to see. I'm curious, dude. Yeah. All right. You just touched on this one, I think, a song ago. Come on and give me a shot of love, man. Number 5. Wow. This one's raised the ranks over time, man. This is a song that's built for speed, but a steady speed and just rock like hell, bro. Just fucking, just a beat, man, and boom, there you go, man. I love it, man. Come on, honey, take a trip with me. We'll take a double shot of ecstasy, man. I fucking give you a shot of love. It's badass. I love it. Number 5.
Number 5.
Yep.
Number 5 for me is Let's Make It, the last of the midsection that I like, but don't really like, but probably could have had I heard them more than just a couple of times. So after this, it's going to get to the songs that I really enjoy.
There's one of them. I still got one in there. All right. Okay. No.
Oddly enough, and this may play into my earlier point, my top 4 songs are the 4 songs I knew going into this.
Yeah, I can.
So there you go. I've been preconditioned to them already. There's familiarity there, so maybe that plays something. Like I said, be interesting, and I ain't got the fucking time now to listen to this once a day or something for a few weeks and see how much that changes for me. But right now, it just happened to work. I didn't even plan it that way. I knew the top 2 were going to be the top 2, but the top 4 turns out I just looked at them like, okay, that's why I know these songs already.
Yeah. And on this album, those songs that you're talking about, you can't go wrong with.
Yeah.
That's impossible. So,
Yeah.
number 4, and this is one of your big 4 right here. I just don't know where you have it. It comes in slowly, and then they hit you right in the face. Are you ready? I mean, that beat will fucking stomp you in, bro. Are you ready for a good time? Just a good time song, man. Hey, just let's go party and have fun. Might be too loud. I hope not. Here it comes.
Yeah. That is so cool.
That's a fist pumper, man. Big time. I love it, dude. Are you ready for a good time?
All right. And that was your 4?
Yeah.
My number 4, Are You Ready? This is an anthem.
Yeah.
And the fact that if this wasn't a single either,
It is.
I don't,
Yeah.
it is. Okay. I'm going to say because it definitely, this one I knew very well. More so just, the Are You Ready and the beat and everything.
Yeah.
So I could tell I never had really sat down and listened to the whole song repetitively, but I knew the main structure of it well enough that it was just like turning on something, meeting an old friend from decades ago when I did this. So number 4, yes, Power. Throw your fists, shout it out, sing along. Are you ready? Yep.
Yeah. Damn right, man. We hit 2 on this one so far. All right. My next one, number 3. I think you set fire to this one. Smoked it up. And a song that did not come on my radar, bro, for a long time. The intro's good, but I love it when they change it up right here, man. Goodbye and good riddance. I know that was your last one, but
No, it wasn't my last one. It was
close.
last. It was on borderline of the ones I don't like to the ones I thought were decent filler.
Yeah. That one now, literally, that one's came up a long way since the last time I listened to this album, bro. Goodbye, the steady beat. Good, it's a bad. I just freaking love the hell out of the beat. The chorus is okay; it fits the song, but just the fucking verses and the jam, I love. That's my number 3. That's why I said it's going to be different than most people that probably reviews this album. Mine's going to be a little different.
Okay, number 3 for me. Here comes the Razor's Edge. This song, if 1 and 2 were not on this album, obviously it's number 3 would be number 1. But what I mean by that, it is that fucking good. And for Scott to tell me that wasn't even a single is blasphemous. I don't understand. Number 1, how the hell I've heard it so much. But number 2, how the hell that gets overlooked. I don't understand. There's 4. My top 4, in my opinion, obviously it's because the songs on my list should have all been singles.
Now look, I can't be held 100% to that. I'm just saying I don't remember that being a single. The only 3 singles that I remember being released on this album were Thunderstruck, Money Talks, and Are You Ready? Those are the only 3 that I remember being released as singles. Now, they could have, but it didn't. For some reason, if they did, it didn't make much traction. After, of course, Thunderstruck really fucking took off. And hell, believe it or not, if I'm not mistaken, Money Talks is their highest charting single ever.
Ever?
I'm thinking that I'll have to do some work. I'm talking
You know,
about
it kind of makes sense though, because if Back in Black was 80, that's long before MTV pushed into a whole new crowd of people. So by then, you know, economy's better, young people got more money. I can see that. I can definitely see something from the late 80s. Oh, shit. Yep. I'm going to shut my pie hole right here. Okay, we almost got through one without technical difficulties, but here we are back in, and I was done praising my Razor's Edge. So it is on to Scott's number 2.
all right. Got you by the ball, baby. Mm.
I really want an answer to that. If somebody out there, Lewis, you're good at memory and stuff. Is there some is there something else besides big balls that ACDC has that we have already done that's making me think we've done this title before? Got you by the
I'll
balls.
tell you right now,
And
play ball.
yeah, but that's not the reference to balls. It was like it immediately made me think of, okay, here's another reference like big balls. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just fucking whatever.
I'm looking right now. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, she's got balls, man.
Okay. Thank you.
The song Bon Scott wrote for his wife, and she divorced
Yeah, I knew it. I knew there was something else that when I saw this title, I'm like, okay, we've done balls here.
him. Ladies got
Okay.
balls. She's all right.
Okay. Driving me crazy.
It will until you figure it out. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
You know what they say? If you're trying to think of a word, you know how when you're trying to think of a damn name or a word of somebody, my ex-wife, she told me, she said, go through the alphabet, A, B, C, D, like it right there. And a lot of times it works, man. You get to that letter and,
Really?
oh, yeah, try that next time.
Cool. Okay, your review got you by the balls.
Yeah, man, number 2, just a kick-ass fucking song. Just another steady goodbye, good riddance, man. Just that fucking heavy, high damn, not fast, just punchy, freaking high damn, just great, man. This one's a heavy rotation on my playlist, and so is the next one. All of these are basically, but these come up more than any of them, I guess, because I listen to them more. So
Okay, number 2 for me is pretty much every, maybe not every, but most famous musicians, maybe not by name, but sound, songs, whatever. You could point to one song that best describes not only a band but a certain member of the band. And if I had to put a phrase or two words stuck together that make one word to describe Angus Young, it's thunderstruck. This is quintessential Angus Young. Um, Basically tying together little things, you can hear hints of where Thunderstruck came from in early ACDC on some of his riffs, but it's like he put all of his chops together for one goddamn intro. And it may be the most legendary guitar intro ever. And forget about the that just makes it better. But that steady, I mean, it's in so many ACDC songs, but in a much smaller scale.
yep,
This is this is fucking perfection. Even not being an AC/DC guy, I loved this when it came out. It immediately went on my mixed CDs. Just an epic power anthem, perfect for what they call stadium anthem rock. Used, like I said, at sporting events all over the world. Intros for sports teams, wrestlers, you name it, anything that you're about to get a show.
Yes.
This is, to me, 10 times better as representing that than We Will Rock You could ever be. And apparently the world agrees with me, as We Will Rock You was quickly replaced with this in many, many venues. Just a better representation of power, attitude, suspense, everything about to hit you in the face. Brian Johnson, some of his best vocal work I've heard. Absolute perfect song. Thunderstruck.
Yep, you couldn't have said anything else, man. And like I said, my take on it, it's not that I don't like the song, but I have just washed with this song my whole life, bro. It's overplayed for me, man, but it's a song that does never get old.
I can see that. I can see it. But for me,
yeah,
when I'm not an AC/DC fan, I'm not adding my own personal overplay to it. So overplayed, yes, but not ad nauseum for me to have it affect me.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What is my number one song on this album?
I think your number one song, and I have not necessarily been following along, but I'm thinking it's Let's Make It.
Got it. Got it, man. Oh, just that simple freaking. Just fucking bring it. Brian's vocals.
Now, can I make an observation without offending you at all?
Yeah.
Meant with all serious. And I've thought this for the last few weeks as we go through. I know you reached out to me to get involved with this for a Kiss podcast because Kiss is your band.
Yeah.
Can I just say you're wrong? AC/DC brings you more fucking joy than Kiss does. It's so obvious to see. Kiss doesn't pump you like this. When I watch you loving AC/DC, it's like a kid in a candy store.
They do. I'm having fun with you. You know all the Kisses stuff like me, man. There's really gonna be no surprises there. I love having fun with somebody that does not know the material, man. Just like you guys with me, like with that Sweet CD. I'd never heard the damn thing, man.
It is fun to bring joy to somebody who didn't know something existed.
Yes.
Your reaction to Sweet, almost to the T with your words. I had a buddy in my teens through high school and a little later on, Al. And when I introduced him to Kiss, he was a military family. So he knew some rock stuff, but not a lot. He literally was like lunging back on the couch, flipping off God, saying, "Where the fuck has this been? How do I not know this before?" The joy, the shock that he discovered something new. And I saw that with you and Sweet. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck did I miss this album? It is. So for you to see me enjoying and praising AC/DC, it seems to me visually that just you have a whole different. If I could be one of those, mushroom eating aura readers,
yeah,
you have a different flow about you when you hear AC/DC. And I'm not saying you don't love Kiss as much as you love Kiss. I'm just thinking AC/DC's music might be a little bit more personal to you than you
good
think.
damn mood, man. It don't matter where you at or what you're doing, dude. It'll lift you up, man. Kiss has put a bad taste in my mouth the last 24 years, man. And
Yeah.
really, AC/DC has not done that, and
Well, if there was any bullshit, they kept it with themselves.
before that, though, Kiss, I've listened to them way, way, way more. Way, way,
Okay.
way more. Kiss is my entry point. It's my childhood, my teenage years, all the way through 2000, dude. I was just fucking, you know, and it's not for everybody. A lot of people feel the same way I do. A lot of people don't. I don't like most of the music. Sonic Boom has some good jam on it. Psycho Circus had some good jam on it. Monster,
Yeah, I get it. Kiss has had a lot of turds in the punch bowl.
Yeah,
They've had a lot of dirty laundry aired
way
at the expense
way more.
of us fans, right? Because we got to now hear about it. Because the one thing about a Kiss fan, unlike anybody I've ever heard before, people remember you're a Kiss fan,
Yeah,
especially if you're not. So any chance they got to throw some negative publicity in your face, they'll fucking do it.
and
So
I'll
we've had to
stand up. I'll
deflect.
be the first one to stand up for them.
But
Well,
we shouldn't have to.
yeah,
But it's the way it is. We've had to deflect as lifelong Kiss fans. I get it. AC/DC's more professional behind the scenes. You know nothing about it unless they tell you,
yeah.
and it's just business as fucking usual. So I get that. There's no headache being an AC/DC fan.
No,
Yeah.
no, you said it, dude. That's about as good as you could put it, dude. They've never give me a headache about anything. Yeah, I've questioned some of the songs. I mean, hell, man, when you got that many albums and songs and shit, I questioned them doing things like Axl Rose. I didn't go to that. I wasn't going to that. I mean, you're going to find things, bro, if you're into it heavy, that you don't agree with. But all in all,
Right.
they're a molehill to a mountain compared to Kiss's drama and stuff, and Kiss don't care to act either.
I think the only band that will rival Kiss with the bullshit the fans have to put up with is Van Halen.
Yeah, I did not like that.
To this fucking day, with Eddie Van Halen no longer on this planet, we're still dealing with his kid and David Lee Roth and Michael Anthony, and it's just they make Kiss look tame with their fucking public bullshit.
And what a fucking sad case, and we'll move on because this is a band that I'm going to touch on too. Look, Eddie's gone. Why? Yeah, you're his brother, Alex. I ain't never cared much for him anyway. But Alex, I love his drumming, but outside of that, he just reminds me, and I've heard things, he's just a douchebag type dude. But his David Lee Roth. I love you, Wolfgang. I got no problem with you, brother. But Michael Anthony is the fucking bass player in Van Halen. I think they done him so shitty. Just going out and making
not only the bass player, he is.
Huh?
Well, he's not just the bass player. He's the sound of their fucking chorus.
The high pitch.
His harmonies are off the fucking charts.
Yes, man. And they just shit all over this guy, bro. And he didn't even have nothing to do with nothing. He just went along with things, bro. But anyway.
No, and Sammy Hagar gets held in high regard, but he keeps throwing goddamn gas on the fire too. Shut your mouth. Every one of you, Gene, Paul, Peter, Ace, all these guys, shut the fuck up. The fans don't want to hear this anymore. You're grown-ass old men.
Yes.
Just play. If you want to keep playing, great. We want to hear it. But shut up. The drama's over now, okay?
I may be going to see Ace next Friday. He's my friend called me.
If you do that, you make sure you pay attention to every time he talks on that microphone.
Oh, I will.
And see if he drops any of his shit bombs on there.
If I go, it's going to be him and Sebastian Bach and the other guy. Damn it. I'll tell you when I remember. It's a singer of another group. There's three of them in Johnson City, Tennessee. My friend called me today and said, "Hey, man, you want to go?" I'm like, "Dude, he'll be here. Charlotte, Asheville, Greenville. He'll be closer. Damn, bro. You done been to Florida to see him? Fuck." But anyway, I might. I just have to see where. I'll let you know, but by then. But
Hey,
number one,
my
let's
feelings about his performance aside, dude ain't got many years left as a performer, so go. I mean, anybody go.
ain't doing no. He
Just
ain't wobbling too much like he was back in the day. He's just standing there mostly now. So
yeah.
and I don't blame him. Yeah, he can't.
All right. So your number one was Let's Make It.
Yep. I know yours.
My number one was my number one the minute I fucking heard it. And the minute I heard it, it was my favorite AC/DC song of all time, Money Talks. This intro to me is so melodic. Johnson's fucking chorus on this, it's just music to my fucking ears. Up until we started doing this, this was the best I'd heard Johnson sing. Right now, that's why I want to do this top 10 list, because right now, this is sitting lockstep with Rock Your Blues Away for my favorite AC/DC song of all time. And to me, as Thunderstruck was for a rock anthem, Money Talks is that much better because it's more hair metal for me. From his voice to the guitar, I loved this song the minute I heard it. And like I said, never a huge AC/DC fan, but always been better than Back in Black, Highway to Hell, and Hell's Bells. This has always been my favorite song until Rock the Blues Away, thanks to Scott and this little venture we're going through. So that's why I want to make my list when this is all said and done, see who comes out on top for me.
And you're right, man. Great song, great chorus, great that steady freaking beat, not too fast. It just punches you, man, in the face. And to confirm that, I will check it out. But if I'm not mistaken, their highest charting single ever. That was kind of hard for me to swallow when I heard that. So I have to confirm it. But I understand. Not their highest selling album, of course. We know what that is. But I'm talking single here. I'm talking single on the chart. So, yeah. But, man, a fucking great album, dude. Just got a few.
Not as great as I thought it was going to be as a complete package, but definitely solid. Right now, it's right there with me, like with blow up your video. I still right now am holding Rock or Bust on a different level for now. This could all change, and this is all thanks to Scott. Because before this, I knew all the AC/DC songs that every normal, casual listener. So blow up your video and fucking what did I just say, Rock or Bust?
Yeah.
This shit has just catapulted into my universe above the stuff I thought I already liked. So this has been very successful for me. One way or the other. It may not be somebody who goes out and starts buying all their albums and putting AC/DC on every day, but it has definitely awakened me to the fact that this is more than just a 3-chord same old beat band. They have a lot of different layers to their stuff.
Yeah, they do. And I will go ahead and give you guys the AC/DC homework. And I think Rob is going to, I'm just going to predict now. I think he's going to like this one better than Razor's Edge. And I think he might like it better. I think he's going to like it better than Back in Black. It's for those about to rock. We salute you, man. The production on this album is insane. It's
my neighbor had that album. My neighbor had that album because I remember that cover, and I do know the song. I saw the video with the cannons going off way back in the day.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll know some stuff off there. I don't know. We'll find out.
I know you will know for those about to rock. I know you've heard that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
But in all honesty, I don't really know what singles were on this album but that one.
What year was that? 81? 82?
81, man. Right 81. After the year after Back in Black. And then they skipped a year and then done Flick of the Switch in '83. So yeah, man, this one is probably, I don't know if it's still my favorite Brian album they've done, but it has been probably for now. Back in Black is too, but this one I hold in such high regard because I personally love the sound of this fucking album. It's as crystal clear as you can get. I don't know how the hell you get more polished and crystal clear and with that sound as this album. So you'll see what I'm talking about.
Good deal. Okay. Well, we have got to continue. We'll be bringing Darren back hopefully tomorrow. We've got the Mob Rules Black Sabbath album, and me and Scott are still digging through. Our next Kiss video will be the Kiss videos. We're going to break it into 2 videos, maybe not back to back, but it'll be a 2-part makeup videos, which when we say makeup, we need 70s and then into even the modern. Just as long as they had makeup on their face for the video itself, not 3 seconds in the beginning and end like, Hot in the Shades Rise to It, but actual music era, whether it's modern or pre 80s, and then another video will be the non-makeup. So we've just got to make sure we're getting the right correct. Lewis, maybe you can help us out, especially with the makeup stuff. We're kind of trying to figure out what were actual video releases versus recordings from somebody's TV appearance, which does not count. I want it to be an actual production video.
You don't want the TV appearances. So
no, because I saw the Oath and stuff on some TV show.
Then take
horrible fucking recording and
take out the Elder except for one video, A World Without Heroes, and take out Talk to Me and She's So European. Shandy's the only music video on that one, so take those 2 out. Because
Shandy's on there?
Yeah, Shandy's a music video. That's the only one they made.
Why the fuck don't I have that on the list? I'll have to go through it. But yeah, so that's what we're working on. That's why it's taking a little bit longer to get the Kiss video up, because we got to figure out what are actual. It's easy for the 80s and 90s because it'll have MTV or VH1 or whatever in the corner, and it's they're obviously produced acting and bad acting as it may be in 80s music videos. It's a music video. In the 70s, not so much, because a lot of them were just performances over studio tracks or whatever. And you got to kind of figure out, okay, was this a release or was this somebody who recorded something off of, Wolfman Jack's show? I mean, so we want to get actual proper music videos, and then we'll do those. So Kiss is still coming. Kiss is still the focus of this channel. Never fret. That is in the works. So anything you want to add, Scott?
No, man, just jam.
And Darren, and for the viewers out there, Darren has added, if you want to play along with us, Dog Eat Dog for Warrant is an album he is suggested. So that is also on the docket. So plenty of stuff coming. Just keep tuning in.
Yep, and I know there's a lot of you Black Sabbath heads out there. Mob Rules, we're going to start in the Dio era. We'll jab at them here and there. We're not going to do every Black Sabbath album because I'm not crazy about every Black Sabbath album. But this one is very good, and I hope I get a good result out of this one, because this is shaky ground for Rob, in my opinion. But it's not what people thinks it is. Black Sabbath, when they think of Black Sabbath, they want to think dark, evil, hell, all that. It's too hard, too heavy. No, it's just hard rock, hard metal. It's got that punch and groove. It's not speed metal or nothing like that. And Dio's performance is fucking spot on. So yeah, I think if you'll love some stuff off of that album. You may not like it all. I'm pretty sure you won't like it all.
I'm sitting here with the blank stare because I've already went through this album once. So
okay, yeah.
I just don't want to give nothing away either way. So
don't give shit away. But anyway,
all right.
we will be.
All right. All right. Until next time, everybody, thanks for watching.